Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 19 team list review discussion. And it's going to be, there's a bit to look at for sure. Some notable players for me that I'm hoping get a start and whatnot. Obviously the big, so I obviously uploaded the review of round 18. And I was talking, I was already salty enough at Nico Hines and what he cost me. But then I was saying that, he's a good number for this round. But, a couple of days later, a day ago when I'm making this video, I think it was, he suffered a pretty nasty ankle injury. I think it's now confirmed that it's syndesmosis, but he also fractured his leg. Like, a pretty fucking nasty injury. So he is gone. That huge ramifications. We'll obviously talk more about it in the preview, discuss what we're going to do there. But let's go through the team list as they stand. Starting out Thursday night footy, Rabbitohs Dolphins. This, okay, we'll have a look. Obviously, Trey Fuller comes in for, what's his face? Hemiso, Fido, Jermaine Asako, Averillo, Farnworth, both stock. Bostock is back, which is good. I mean, it's good for the Dolphins. He's been gone for a bit, eh? He's been out for a few weeks. I can't remember what he did, but yeah, he's been gone for a bit. Cody Nikorima, Katoa. So yeah, Max Plath does get the hooker spot, which, I mean, I don't know if this is good or bad for Supercoach. I think it's about as is. Like, he's an absolute tackle machine. He's probably, well, let's have a look at the bench. Okay. Also, Tavita Pangai Jr. gets a start at prop. I mean, I'm not going to pick him up, obviously. I think definitely don't need a front rower, but I'm going to enjoy watching him regardless. Jesse Bromwich, O'Connolly, Ewan Aiken, Kenny Bromwich comes into lock. Josh Kerr, Nichols, Stone, and O'Sullivan. So, I mean, I don't know. Plath definitely could play 80 minutes at dummy half, but they do have, I mean, Stone, you don't really want Stone playing dummy half. Probably just through the middle, but Sean O'Sullivan on the bench, he could definitely come in and spell Plath. But again, Plath playing big minutes, he's going to make like 50 tackles. He'll run it occasionally. He'll score about 50 to 60. And if he gets an attacking start, then all good. But yeah, it's probably not ideal. Probably playing at locks a bit better for his running game, but I don't think it matters too much for old Plathy. Then the Rabbits. So Jai Gray obviously slots in for the injured Mitchell. We'll talk about Jai Gray as well. He's still a potential cheapy downgrade / nuff option this week. There's actually a couple now that have popped up, so we'll have a look at Gray. Alex Johnson and Gagai on the wings. Oh, please, Gagai, can you cross over for a triple this week? That'd be beautiful. I'm not confident without Mitchell on the side, but we'll see. Tane Milne, Richard Kenner, Jack Wine, Cody Walker. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about having Gagai, is that Cody Walker is now on the right-hand side instead of the left, which is not good for Johnson, but for Gagai, it does, if he's going to score tries, it's going to be with Cody Walker giving him an absolute gift. So you love to see him playing on that side of the field. Dave Moale, Damien Cook, Kepi, Chikam, Arrow, Kolomatangi, obviously at lock. Kolomatangi. Well, I just don't think I can get him in. I just don't think I can. Like, Crichton, I've already talked about it, but Crichton is the guy, obviously, that I need to get in. And then it's out of Kolomatangi and Olakwatu if I was going for another big second row forward option. I just think Olakwatu for the value is just better at this point, but Colin Matangi's been an absolute madman in the middle of the field. He's been killing it. So anyone that jumped on even a few weeks ago have been loving life. Peter Mamazoulis, Tallis Duncan, Tom Burgess, and Liam LeBlanc on the bench. No real big ones there. Yeah, Tallis Duncan, the guy that we all thought probably in preseason that this could be Tallis Duncan's year, and there's been so many injuries at the Rabbits that you really thought he was going to get like a decent role, but he just didn't. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, he's probably locked in for a pretty big contract already, but if he isn't, another club should look at trying to swoop him up, because he could be an absolute gun starting lock at like most clubs, honestly. But yeah, surely they must have a sort of a plan with him at some point. I don't know. I don't know where he fits in. The fact they got Cam Murray, and now Colin Matangi he's playing so well in the middle. So where does Tallis Duncan sort of fit nowadays? Moving on, Sharks, West Tigers. Sharkies, obviously there'll be some big ones here. Kennedy, Katoa, Ramian, Iro. So obviously, yeah, Katoa comes back in after the head knock. Ronnie Mulatalo, Atkinson slots in at 6, and Braden Trindle to 7. So, I mean, that's the shuffle up there. Nothing too major. Royce Hunt starts, Oregon Kafusi, Blake Brayley, Nikra, Wilson, McInnes. Bench of Calhoun, Hazleton, Rudolph, and Hemlin Ueli. So a big bench. So did Talakai get suspended? Yeah, he must have, right? He had that pretty nasty... Was that... Yeah, that was the game. He had a pretty nasty high shot. So Talakai out. Obviously, unfortunate for people that maybe picked him up a few weeks ago. He was looking like he actually held the spot, but obviously with that, T. Wilton now starts and probably sticks in the starting role even when Talakai's back, I would guess. Unless he has a shocker, but it's a big bench. It's a big bench for the Sharks here. The Tigers, so Olam is out, and Alamalo, which I think no. Fire Tape should be out. I don't know how Fire Tape keeps getting picked, but fair enough. During Buller, Alex Lobb comes back in. I thought, honestly, like, he looked okay in his debut. Like, obviously, Supercoach wise, nothing great. He did score a try. It was a nice take off a high kick. The Tigers got flogged. He didn't get much chance, but he looked pretty good on the wing, honestly. So I think for the team, like, I think I'd much prefer him on the wing than... I think they had Fire Tape on the wing last time, which didn't work. I guess Fire Tape goes into the centre for Olam. Staines, Dewey, Lockie Galvin, Caesar, Utukamanu, Coruscant, Clemmer, Bateman, Finu, Pole, and then the bench of Mason. So Mason... No, not Mason. Sione Fonu, Saifath, and Porter's the guy. I was thinking of the cheapie everyone picked up. Well, not everyone, but a few people picked up the other week. Porter, he did drop off last week, but he's on the bench, which is sort of... I don't know. It's probably not good. Like, you probably just don't want him in the side at this point. If he's not going to be playing... Like, if he's not starting, I don't think you really want Porter on the bench. But, maybe he's got a decent... Maybe you'll get some minutes in the middle. He could score okay, but yeah, probably not ideal for people that picked him up a few weeks ago. It's turned out to be a little bit of a trap, Porter. But yeah, nothing else really for both these sides. Yeah, there's no one really I'm looking to pick up. Obviously, we do have a halfback spot to fill. Definitely don't want to get Caesar. I mean, Trindle... I don't think you go Trindle, right? Like, he is going to be... I'm going to fucking look at it. I'm going to look at Trindle. He hasn't been good. Like, even the games he has played without Hines, he hasn't gone that well, but... He's gonna be all over the footy. Like, he is going to be just getting the footy at all times. Not like a Nico Hines, but I feel like he's really going to just command all the ball. Atkinson showed with Hines that he was fine sitting back, more of a ball runner, not really getting himself involved too much. I mean, I think it works well for a team, honestly, the balance there. So I think Trindle really takes over, and also with the goal kicking as well now. I don't fucking hate going like a Trindle. I don't know. We'll have a look. There's a lot to talk about with the halfback spot, so we'll talk about it in the preview. But I don't know. It's a tricky little spot we find ourselves in now. But anything else? Nothing really doing here. I mean, I know I was talking about like a cheapy downgrade, cheapy nuff. Alex Lobb, he is a cheapy downgrade, potential nuff, but I don't think so. You want to bring it, like, if you're going to bring in a cheapy, like, if you're not going to go, like, in my opinion, if not going to go, like, a genuine cheapy nuff that's like a dual, like someone that's not going to play, but it's like a dual centre wing, second row forward, if you're going to bring in someone that's going to play potentially, you want to get in someone that can score well. Like, if you need to play them, they can potentially get, like, a decent score. Alex Lobb, I don't think so. Someone like a Jai Gray, yes, he definitely can score well, so I don't hate that. Even the Tungo play, we'll see if he's named this week as well. But Tungo for the Eels, potential cheapy nuff candidate. We'll look at it now. Titans Eels. He looks like a guy that can potentially score pretty well for this Eels side. Potentially. We'll have a look. There's definitely some options there. The Titans, Keanu Kinney at fullback still, Campera Kelly. Fuck, dude. Oh my sweet Jesus Christ. Why? Oh my God. Bo Thermal in the centres again. If he is playing centre, oh God, I hope he's up against Blaze Talangi. If he's up against Talangi, it could be good. It could be really good because I see Blaze Talangi and I don't know if it's a debutant, but Lorenzo Mulatalo, which is I don't know why I said Mulatalo like that. I think it's because Lorenzo, I was like, put an accent on it. That's a great name though. I feel like I've heard the name before. I don't know if it's debut, but if that's it's a young backline, well, inexperienced backline. So, you know what? Bo Thermal in this game, he could get some attack. The Eels defensively up wide, also terrible. So, you know what? Don't hate it. Don't love it, but don't hate it potentially. Fafita, Campbell at 6, so he is back. But again, like, I'm definitely... I guess with a halfback spot, like I can bring in a 5'8" as well. So Campbell is an option, but I just don't. You've missed out on the massive scores. I think Campbell can go okay. I don't know. I feel like he's a bit of a trap though, Campbell. And also, he's one to, I guess, wait to see on late mail. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if he's a late exclusion just with that injury. Like, he's a guy that... He picks up a lot of injuries. They're not going to rush him back. So I just keep an eye on late mail. But I don't know. He'd be a pod play still. Kieran Foran, Pahulu starts, Verrills, Clark in the front row. I thought he was very good last game playing. I feel like Clark, very underrated footy player in general. Fafita, Cleese Haas in the back row, Chris Randall. Fucking, what is this Eels? Jesus Christ, where is Cartwright? What? Oh, Trent, I fucking hate you, Trent Barrett. Jesus Christ, I hate you, Trent Barrett. What the fuck is this? Oh my God, we'll get to the Eels in a second. Isaac Liu, Alec Winky, Keenan Palacia, Phillips. Okay, so Philip Semi's on the extended bench. Okay, so yes. If Semi is good to... okay, and Brimson's also 18th man. Yeah, okay, this is very interesting. I wouldn't expect Fairmont to play centre then. Like, either Semi is fit and Semi will come into the starting back line spot and Cleese Haas will go back to the bench and Fairmont will start. Or maybe Cleese Haas goes to lock and Randall back to the bench. Or Brimson could be fit and he'll come into the centres and switch it around. So I don't know. Late mail for sure on that one. But then the Eels. So yeah, Gutherson, Tungo gets the spot obviously. Panasini, Blaze Talangi. So yeah, Lorenzo Mulatalo. I guess another cheapy option potentially. I think you'd rather go Tungo though at this point. Dylan Brown, Dejan RC comes in for Mitch Moses. Campbell Gillard, Brennan Hands, Offen Gowie, Ryan Madison, Matt Dury, fucking starting in the back row. And the young gun here, Geimer, who, I mean, I respect. I do respect giving the starting spot to Charlie Geimer because he was fantastic. He does look very much like Daniel Alvaro. I was looking at him like, is he like a mini fucking Daniel Alvaro out there? But he looked great. Like, he looked really fucking good. I still, like, I wouldn't go him. I feel like some might be tempted. I think he's definitely a bit of a trap, but maybe not. He looked really good, so maybe he does keep the spot long term. Obviously, Hopgood's out, so they need someone. They do need someone, and also Polo's out, I think, for a good chunk of time as well. So, I mean, I don't. Oh, I mean, I'll look at him. If he's a front row forward, instead of like nothing, well, I don't know if it's worth. Like, again, here's the thing. Like, is it worth going to him, who might only get like 40 points a game at best? Or do you just go straight enough and don't risk like an AE nightmare? Yeah, you probably just go straight enough if you're going to. Unless you got like poor depth and you need someone to cover. It's not the worst, but yeah, he might just be second row. I don't know. He might be front row, second row. I'm not too sure. The bench, Matt Arthur, Sean Lane also relegated to the bench for Geimer, Luca Moretti, and Bryce Cartwright. Fuck you, dude. I can't fucking believe it. I know this. So this happened a few weeks ago, and I was also very salty about that. I think it was when Kalma Tuolangi was playing. So I think Lane got the start for some reason one week, and it was Lane and Tuolangi. And then after like 20 minutes, one of those guys shifted to the middle, and then Madison played like 60 minutes, the rest of the 60, which again is just fucking annoying. But I feel like that's the same. It's going to happen the same here. Like, Geimer, you wouldn't expect him to play massive minutes. So I would expect Madison will shift to the middle at 20, 25 minutes, and then Cartwright will come on and play the rest of the game in the back row. That I would expect that to happen. But it's just so annoying because obviously I know Cartwright, I know it very well. When he did get put on the bench, he did still come out that week and score like 80 points. The man was on fire. He had like fucking 8 offloads. He was just going crazy with it. But like, he needed the offloads. Otherwise, like, without the minutes, he's going to score pretty badly. So fuck, oh man, what the fuck? Why wouldn't you just have fucking Dury on the bench? I don't understand. Like, Cartwright's been really good. He had a bit of a shocker last week, granted, but like, the whole Eels team were fucking tragic, apart from probably Geimer. So I don't understand, man. Why you do this to me in the fucking bye round? You know what? It is half tempting now. Like, I was always thinking that Cartwright could be the guy we trade up to like Angus Crichton after the buys, because the Eels have a pretty tough run home and Cardi will have done his job great. Like, I won't expect him to keep scoring like 70, 80 points. He's gonna have some low scores. Last week he got bailed out with a try. Without Moses is missing, which already, like, Cartwright was going terribly without Moses, like, during that period. He's now on the bench. The Eels have a bye next... Yeah, the Eels have a bye next week. So, honestly, I'm now half tempted. It is still a bit annoying, but there is now a potential trading Cartwright straight to Olakau'atu or... what's his name? Oh my god, Kalamatangi. All these damn names, dude. Kalamatangi. So, I think I prefer Olakau'atu still, but yeah, you know what? There is a silver lining there. I'm still annoyed about it. We'll have a look at his break even to see if it's worth it. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on late mail because we can still go. The Eels obviously play before Manly, which is good, so I can keep an eye on that. But you never know, Cartwright could get a start, and then I'm not going to trade him, but we could do that. There is a chance we could do that instead of holding him. So, you know, he's done his job great for me, honestly. Like, yeah, we've got enough good back rowers that are going to be coming in that Cartwright has been great, but it could happen. It could happen. I don't mind it. We'll have a look in preview. So there's actually going to be a bit to talk about in the preview this week. Then we have the Broncos versus Dragons, which I think there's no relevance at all, Supercoach wise. Especially, I don't have any player from any team, even full strength. So the Broncos, Sailor starts at fullback, Corey Oates, Tony Staggs comes back in, Dean Mariner, Jesse Arthurs, Mam, Josh Rogers comes in for the injured Jock Madden. Fucking injuries on injuries for the Bronx lately. Corey Jensen, Walters, Xavier Willison starts. He's been looking really good. It's going to be annoying because he's going to be so expensive for next year. So he could get a bigger role, but he's already going to be like mighty expensive that you're not really going to pick him up. It was like this year or nothing probably for Willison. Piacora, Jordan Ricky returns, which is great. Tyson Smoothie at lock. Blake Moser, 14. Hetherington, Karapani, and Tapau. I don't really understand the Karapani on the bench. I really don't get it. I don't know why he keeps picking Karapani on the bench. I know it's covering the backs, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't really love it. The Dragons, on the other hand, they're going to be there's a couple of changes, obviously. Tyrell Sloan, fullback. Tuapoladu, Sully, Finai, Ravalaara comes in. He's been missing for a bit, Ravalaara, but he comes in for obviously, what's his face, Lomax being out. Kyle Flanagan, Jesse Marshke replaces Hunt. I think they did that last time as well. Marshke. Actually, did he play? Did he play before? He's honestly a decent little backup, Marshke. I don't mind him. Forward pack, Molo, Little, DeBellin, Mariner, Sewer, Eisenhuth, and then Hame Saleh. He must return. I feel like he's been out for a bit as well, Saleh. I love Saleh so much, but he just cannot stay on the field. Just constantly injured, but I think he's an absolute gun player. So good return for him. Luciano Leilua, Couchman, and Burn Murdoch Masilla. Pretty powerful bench, honestly. Compared to the fucking Broncos. But yeah, nothing really relevant Supercoach wise there for me. And then the final game, Seagulls Knights. So there could be some big ones here as well. Okay, so there you go. Tommy Trbojevic, fucking Tolutau Kula out. Oh man, dude, this team list has been pretty shocking, and also I still can't get over. Now Nico Hines out, Tolutau Kula, he's gone. Oh man. But Tommy Trbojevic goes straight back to fullback. So Leo Iapawade is on the wing. Okay. Ruben Garrick, Talau, Saab. I'm trying to think, maybe do they switch around maybe? I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're just going to let Tommy go at fullback now. Obviously now, it's an interesting one because as we see, Fletcher Sharp now returns at fullback for me. With Tommy back at fullback, there is a very big opportunity to jump straight to Tom Trbojevic this week. It would be a pod play, I think. I don't know if that many people are going to go straight on him. He didn't look great last week, but he didn't look good at the start of the season either. So, and he still averaged 80 plus. So, obviously for me, I would have liked Sharp to make more money this week, and he is a decent play, but the money, I'm going to be pretty flush for money, so there is a real temptation to go Sharp straight to Tommy this week. I'm not going to lie. There is a real temptation. We'll have a look at prices and whatnot, but it could be, especially in a bye round, and just with everything that's gone on this year, we need to have a big win at some point, and Tommy is a guy that can go big, and this night side, it's going to be missing a lot of players, so, not owning Tom, who could be a mighty, you'd have to captain him. Captain Tom in the last game of the round, he could fucking injure himself again and ruin your whole damn week, which is just my luck. So, oh god, do we play with fire again? I don't know. We'll have a look at it. But yeah, the back line, as expected, yeah, Lehigh on the wing, Luke Brooks. Humphreys, good to see the young guy, Jamie Humphreys. I have no idea why he hasn't been getting more games for the Seagulls. He's been looking really good in reserve grade from what I've seen, and also in the trials, he was fucking fantastic. I think he played more dummy half in the trials as well, so very strange he hasn't been given more of a chance, but good to see him in the 7 this week. Sipley, Simpkin, Elway, Olakawatu, Lawton, and Brown. And then Falolo, Chen Kum Tong, Bullimore, and Corey Waddell rounds out the bench. And then the Knights, obviously, Fletcher Sharp. Mapapalangi comes in. is this his first game? I know he played in the trials, and I think it was at the fucking kickoff. He copped a nasty head knock, just flat and knocked out. And then I think this is his first game back. Well, not back from that, obviously he's played, but I don't think he's played in the top grade this year. So good to see him. He's obviously a good young talent. Dylan Lucas, so as a comment mentioned, I was like, is Pierce Paul going to get the spot in the back row? But of course, with all the plays out for the Knights, Dylan Lucas going to slot into the centres, which is great for Kai Pierce-Paul owners. So yeah, Dylan Lucas, Thomas Cant in the other centre spot, and Greg Marju. Obviously, it's not great for Marju this week. Everyone picked him up last week. He obviously went well, but without Ponga, without a lot of the without Gagai inside of him or Bradman Best inside of him, I guess it's I don't think it's going to be great for our boy Marju. He's going to have to get a lot in base, I would say. Will Price, again, another cheapie. He's not a total cheapie, but a downgrade option in the vein of a Jai Gray. He's a little bit more expensive, but he has scored I think he's gone 69-69 both weeks. He's looked really sharp. I don't really see him losing the spot, even though there is, deficiencies in the game, mainly defensively. He's just adding that bit of X factor that I think the Knights have needed. So I don't know. We'll have a look. Like I said, there's quite a bit on offer in the centre wing department if you need to free up some cash. Jackson Hastings. So fuck you, Crossland, you fucker. Dude, this team list has been a fucking... Oh, man, it's been the worst. I'm not surprised with Crossland starting, but then to throw in Fermor, I don't think he's going to stay in the centres, but then Cartwright relegated to the bench as well. Man, oh man, we've been dogged again. This season is so fucking cursed for me, bro. Saifidi, Thompson, Crossland, Frizzell, Pierce-Paul, he's starting at least, that's good, and Adam Elliott. It is annoying. Fucking Pierce-Paul is going to be on the side of Olakawatu, which is not what you want. Fucking me much nicer him running at goddamn Carl Lawton, but no, he plays. Olakawatu's on the right-hand side and Pierce-Paul's on the Knights' left. So, unfortunately, not the greatest matchup for my boy, but it is what it is. Jaden Brayley, fuck me, dude. The 1 week we didn't need him, just the way this season's going, that is just so... That just tops it off. Crossland gets knocked out 2 weeks ago. He was ruled out for last game. Meant Brayley would start, get good minutes. Didn't need him at all. We were never going to play him. And then this week, he gets relegated back to the bench. Just... it is what it is. Jacob Saifidi, Brody Jones, and Croker round out the bench. Not too much else to really talk about. There'll be quite a bit in the preview, honestly, with a few options. But yeah, that's the team list review, reaction, discussion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.